Hopefully I can I won't get too much notifications. Oh, where was I? At first I was dragging my wig. Can you believe I only had this for 2 days? It looked like I was wearing it for 2 weeks. Fuck. I'm about to try something different. I went to a wig company. I mean, I bought the same wig before, like the same type. I bought this before on Amazon, Sensational, and this is actually when I bought them before. 'Cause I bought 2 weeks from them before. When I bought it before, I bought a black one, two black ones, a jet black one, and a brown one, and that one was so beautiful. It was like for it to be a synthetic wig. I remember I was wearing it like in late 2020. When I was wearing that synthetic wig, y'all, it was like soft to the touch. As soon as you open up the pack, it was soft. It looked human, felt human. It was just wonderful, and it lasted only a month. And I wasn't even taking care of it like that. I sprayed it a little bit, but I wasn't even like doing the high maintenance shit within it lasted a whole month. This particular one, I don't know if the color has anything to do with it, but this particular one, I always wanted a dark teal because I had wore a teal wig. Y'all know I wore a teal wig a couple months ago, right? And that one was a synthetic wig too. That's a different company. But that synthetic wig, the more old it got, the better it got. It looked nice after a while. When I first got the wig, I didn't like it. When I put it up, the nappier, like the thicker, like the curlier it got, the better it looked. And when I put it back on, everybody was giving me a lot of compliments on the teal wig. And it was light teal. Y'all see the wig I had before. It was light teal and it was blue at the bottom. Got a lot of compliments on it. So I was like, damn, I would like to rock a dark teal. So I got the color that I want. This is dark teal, black at the bottom. However, I want the wet look. I don't mind like the Donna Summer look, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind that, but it's a little too much. See how big it is? It's huge. So I kind of want to tone it down a little bit, and I really want to have that like wet, juicy look. So for all of my wig connoisseurs, whether you do synthetic real blends, real, like let me know. Make I know. You know what I'm saying? Like let me know what I need to put in my hair to kind of make it, to get that wet juiciness. Now I have been watching YouTube videos, so I'm gonna try a little trick when I get home. But I done ordered my next wig. I done ordered my birthday wig because I was like, this not last at all, okay? Because my birthday's at the end of the month, and I just want to have that. I want to walk in, you know what I'm saying? With I want to make sure I look good. So anyway, um, I'm going to try a little trick. I'm gonna get like a bag. I got somebody was saying in the comments of a video I was watching, castor oil, some type of conditioner. I got curl activated. I got castor oil with chebe oil into it, like a chebe castor oil, and then something like putting it into like a Ziploc bag or a bag and just letting it sit overnight so it can get wavy. So I'm gonna try it and see if I can revive it. Because the way how it's going, it's already getting tangled. I only wore it for like 3 days. It's already getting tangled. I knew that it was going to be like that the moment I took it out the pack and I touched it, but I was like, damn, my cousin had just finished doing my daughter's hair and she was going to lay my wig. So I was like, let me just go ahead and do it. But so I've been trying to achieve the wet look, been putting a lot of mousse on it, and it just gets dry instantly. So this is not going to last. I could already tell it's not going to last, and it's even shedding too. So obviously this was a bad batch. Like the company is good. Like I get good wigs, but sometimes they just send you the driest ones, the oldest ones. I think they gave me an old ass wig. Okay, this must have been a wig that was sitting on display and they decided to just put in the pack and mail it to me. This had to been at the bottom of the package. This is not a fresh pack. So I did send them some feedback. Obviously it's too late for me to send it. I done wear it. I done put it on my head. When you get it installed, you got to get makeup, get it plugged. So I can't take it back. So I even bought braiding hair for my daughter too. That was a curly, braiding hair that was like a ombre. That shit was fucking nappy. She couldn't even braid it in my daughter's hair. It was getting tangled and stuff. It was getting caught up in her nails and everything. Stupid. Anyway, I already bought another wig. It has a very awesome, unique color, so I can't wait. So I should be getting that wig on the 16th, and I'm gonna have my daughter. New text message from +15. Okay. Oh, sorry. It's a notification. Let me take off my fucking notifications. I just always get notifications when I don't want them. Anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna try the trick and see if it works, and then see if I can get this wig to last up until I get the other one. I'm gonna get the next other wig on the 16th. Then I'm gonna have her. I'm gonna have her install the wig like just a few days before my birthday. So this gotta last until then. I'm cheap. You know what I'm saying? So maybe like on the 25th or something. Cause my birthday's on the weekend, falls on the weekend. So if I can get her to do my hair within that week, like within that week, like maybe the 25th or the 26th or something, like just a few days before, then that would be good. So, but I do love the color. If I can get that wet look, I would just be very, very happy. So I'm gonna try the trick and see what I can do with it. But as you can see, it's just not giving. It's not giving. All right. So, anyways, me ranting about my fucking wig, not mind me at all. So listen, I want to come on this video because I've just been noticing little stuff like weird little things with my phone. The first thing I want to mention is when I went to the beach. I've been going to the beach and stuff like to, be by the water, to cleanse myself, to sunbathe, to sun gaze, and stuff. And I noticed that when I go to the beach to cleanse myself, I notice my phone starts acting weird. Like a wave had hit my phone, but it didn't get wet. Like I didn't have like a wetness on my wig, but it got really, really. It was just like a wave that came up because I was holding on to my phone, and the water was coming up to my legs, and there was like a little wave that slapped my hand, and then my phone had started acting weird. My phone was restarting. This ain't the first time that happened to me. When I be out in the sun and the phone hits my son and I'm at the beach, for some reason my phone goes through some kind of weirdness. I don't know. So the phone kept restarting, but it never got to the home page. I'm like, if the phone's not wet, what happened? It just got slapped by a wave, but it's like, what happened to my phone? So that was weird. So I put my phone in some rice, whatever. I got home, my phone started working. I'm like, okay. Then just the other day, I was playing with my nieces, and I was spending the day with my nieces, and my phone started recording. I didn't put my phone on no kind of recording or nothing. My phone started recording me playing with them outside. I let the girls play outside along with my daughter. They was playing whatever. I was sitting under a tree. They were like right in the courtyard of this apartment, and I didn't even realize that the phone was recording us or whatever, like a video recording. What was interesting was the phone recorded for 7 minutes and 29 seconds. That's 7-11, right? Their mother, who died tragically in a car accident in September 2020, their mother was born 7/21. I mean, seven, no, their mother, excuse me, 7/11. She was born on 7/11, their mother. So it was interesting that my phone started recording me playing with, her daughters and stuff. And the recording stopped at 7/11. So I'm going to think that's her. I never really knew her. Like I knew of her, but I never really hung out with her and stuff like that, whatever. I just, say hi, whatever. But that was her mom. So I thought that was interesting. I was like, wow, my phone recorded us. I didn't press record. I didn't even press the camera. So that was weird. Then also, I ended up I don't know how this happened, but I ended up, you butt dial somebody, it starts calling, your phone just starts calling people, and you're like, no, you want to hurry up and click red before they answer it, right? So y'all know I fall back from my family. I just kind of to myself, I forgive everybody's, you're okay. But I keep my distance and stuff, because I don't want to get thrown back into any karmic loops. I don't want anybody demanding my energy, my time, monopolizing my energy, my time. I don't want anybody coming at me with no fucking demands. I'm just trying to live a peaceful life, and without people knowing my movements and keeping tabs on me and doing all kind of weird shit. Especially me knowing what I know now. Um, I'm gonna bring up a point too. That like if you're the spiritual person in your family, don't people will be jealous of you. Like don't be telling everybody things. Like some people will be they kind of like want to know what you know, and some people go out their way to be in your space because they want to know what you know and how you know and all this and that. And the host, sorry, did it cut off? There it goes. See, you see that? You see that? You see that? It just cut off on me again. You see? It's crazy. Anyways, one of my tias on my mom's side, it somehow it ended up clicking for me. It ended up making it seem like I was calling her, right? And I wasn't trying to call her, right? But it was too late because I was already talking with my nieces. They were like fussing with each other. I was like, y'all, da, da, da. And I kept hearing somebody say, hello, hello, hello. And I was like, oh shit, it's her, my aunt, right? So I hang up the phone. I was like, oh shit. But she ended up calling back because she ain't heard from me in a long time. I don't really deal, like I said, I don't deal with nobody on my mom's side like that. I don't really like, I just keep everybody at a distance because just like in my past videos, like I had discussed that the women on my family on both sides, but I grew up with my mother's side, so I'm gonna talk about them first and mostly, I guess, right? Um, that the women in my family, they kind of all have this secret insider against me. They all kind of low key had something against me. And it took me years for me to realize it and stuff. And you guys know I've kind of like discussed it in my past videos when I'm having story times and shit. So I've been kind of like keeping away from them because I don't want them. I don't want anybody because it seems like it seems like for the past couple of years since I moved out here, when I keep everybody in the loop and I allow people to keep tabs on me, things don't ever work out in my favor. I also feel like intuitively there's always been side conversations about me. I've always been low key the topic. Like people, like I feel like my the women in my family, such as aunts and cousins and siblings, like all the female family members, I feel like they kind of congregate amongst each other, and they all have something kind of like against me or whatever. But some of them will try to play cool and play neutral in order to get in my energy, to get in my space, and but they're really just gathering information for other people. They're only hanging out with me because I'm a spiritual buffer for a lot of people. I also have good energy. I'm a blessed person. Um, people just, you know, when you're a chosen one, star seed, whatever, people will attract themselves to you. Even if they don't like you, they just know that you come with benefits. Okay. Um, so, oh yeah, today is my sister's birthday. Well, I do wish her a happy birthday or whatever. Good for her. That's cool. That's another thing I'm gonna bring up later on in this conversation. Anyway, so yeah, I been keeping it to myself because of that. When I pull my energy back from the family, because people had already showed me in different kind of ways. People have shown me who their allegiance lies with, and I fully respect it. I'm not mad about it. I'm not sad about it. At one point I was, but at this point in my spiritual journey, absolutely not. I accept it. I respect it. And I'm going to move accordingly. And you can't be mad if I choose to move accordingly. You understand? You can't be upset. What is he doing? He's just making so. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I have to always watch my surroundings, y'all. This is Compton, okay? You hear the birds, y'all? I see a seagull right there. See a couple of birds singing. Y'all hear the birds? You hear the birds, baby? So I pulled my energy back because people already showed what their allegiance was, and I respected it. I was like, okay, cool. So when I pull my energy back, you can't be mad. I don't want nobody knowing anything about what I got going on because, like I said, over the past 15 years, it took me a while to learn certain patterns because you really want to believe that people care about you, da da da. But You have to understand it's not really like that. And I ended up realizing there was patterns, and I said, I can tell when people are having side conversations about me because when other people come and they talk to me and they ask me certain questions, even their kids, because some of these motherfuckers are so silly that they like to talk shit about people in front of their kids or have discussions about me while their kids are within an earshot, and they don't have the decency to tell their kids to go do something, get out of my face. I didn't grow up like that. Okay, I grew up old school Belizean style, and honey, as soon as they give you that look, you get up and you walk away. You already know. You know, they start talking in a Creole, they start talking in a Garifuna. Even if you look in their mouth, they don't like that shit. As soon as they give you that look, you better get up and go to the next room. That's how the fuck I grew up. But you know, this other generation, I don't know. They like to instill a lot of silliness into their children, but that shit always ends up backfiring now, does it? When them kids get older, that shit backfires like it always does. But you know, it was just a lot of that stuff going on, like a lot of side conversations I could just tell just by the conversations that they would try to have with me and stuff like that. So anyway, when my aunt called back, I said, okay, I might as well say hi now or whatever. And over the month, like I said, since I had fell back from my family, like people been trying to find little ways to get in my energy, like sending me mass texts and random texts when this person died and this, that, and the third. Like everybody want to get some type of reaction out of me so that I can talk with them. Like you bitches don't even like me, so why the fuck why do you want my reaction, my commentary, whatever? It's like, y'all want my commentary so you guys can debate, so y'all can disagree, so y'all can take my talking points. Like, what exactly is it? Like, it could be a multitude of many things, but it's like, what do y'all want? Like, um, so they were doing little stuff like that, like little mass text. So I'm not getting an attitude because there was a couple of times I just wanted to flash, like, stop fucking sending me this shit. You know, I wanted to flash. I said, let me not do that because that's what they want. That's what they want. So they could tell me, oh my God. Because like I said, you know, there's always like you know, side conversations and blah 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 blah. And again, I forgive everybody, but it's just at the same time, it's like it's almost like it's not good enough for people. Like they want to see what's going on in your life. I've been very very quiet, more quiet than I had ever been since I moved out here. Okay, I've been out here for a little over 15 years. No, I came out here in 2005. Yeah, this year, this October, we'll say 16 years. This October, late October, going into November, will make 17 years. So it took me a while to realize that there's side conversations about me amongst the women on my mother's side of the family that I grew up with, the family that you would grow up with, you expect more out of them. You know what I'm saying? With your dad's side, with your other side of the family, depends on the person. Like if you're close with your mom's side and your dad's side, okay. But if you're only close to one side, you expect a little bit more from the people that you grew up with, the people that are supposed to know you. But you'll find in life that it's actually quite the opposite. The people that you expect, to to do right by you it's not going to be the one that you grew up with. Yeah, you know. So anyway, so she started talking to me, but I could tell that when she's talking to me, she's trying to get me to say something. I noticed that the reason why I said earlier about if you're a spiritual person, you need to be careful about what you share with your family and all this stuff like that. Because like I said, motherfuckers can be jealous. And let me explain to you why. Because my auntie, she was talking to me on the phone, and I know how she is. She one of those type of cancers. And you know how cancers are. They like to make themselves out to be like a victim. I'm talking about unevolved cancers, okay? Unevolved water signs, okay? They like to make themselves out to be like a victim and shit. And, you know, they like to get sympathy and stuff. But I've never been a water sign's favorite. I've never been their favorite, okay? And that's because they can't emotionally manipulate me and get me to feel sorry for them like they do with everybody else. They can't collect me like how they collect everybody else. Now, me and Scorpios, they different. You know what I'm saying? Because Scorpio and Virgo used to be the same sign before Libra was placed in between them. So I could say them. I could say I probably don't really. I could probably vibe with them more than any other water sign, okay? Just because Virgo and Scorpio used to be the same sign. So it's like kind of like, okay, I can kind of get them. You know what I'm saying? But like Pisces and Cancer, unevolved ones, which I grew up around, all evolved ones, her being one of them, I know how they go. They did. That's for another fucking video. Anyways, I'm gonna just say that. So she was just like trying to get me to say something about some dream that she had about my mother and blah 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 blah. I'm not going to feed into it. I know exactly what she's trying to do, and I didn't feed into it. I gave her short answers. Everything's fine. I didn't tell her none of my fucking business. I said, everything's fine. I said, I'm here playing with my nieces. Everything's good. Oh, okay, you'll be fine. You'll be all right. Like, I'm being 100% neutral. My energy is totally closed off because I don't trust any of y'all to be sharing anything. Y'all have side conversations. Y'all call each other from here, there, everywhere, trying to discuss me over the years, which was, and it took me a while to catch on, because when I would talk to, if I had a problem with one auntie or one cousin, and I would talk to another one of them for support, I could tell that they've already been fed the story already. I could tell they already been fed lies just by their response, or just by them not even responding, that they were all kind of like in on it and things like that. But whenever they were arguing amongst each other, who did they call? They called me. Because they know I'm the voice of reason. They know that I see things for what it is. But when I do that to them, they can't take it, and then they get back in their huddles and shit against me, right? So I broke that cycle by just not fucking with anybody, right? So she's asked me, y'all, she said, did you have a dream? Have you been having any dreams? Now, when people ask me certain stuff like that, I be thinking in my mind, what the fuck you been doing? That's what I be thinking. That's the first thing in my mind is, what the fuck you been doing? When you're intuitive, people will when they're trying to be sneaky behind your back, they want to see if you caught on to it. Some part of them know that you truly are intuitive. Another part of them don't believe in it or don't want to believe in it. But then but they're still curious of if you did pick up on it. So sometimes people will come near me because they know that I'm intuitive, and they try to get me to be on their side, try to get me to look at them like they're the victim and everybody's doing stuff to them. They try to come to me and equalize themselves to me, like some other bitches that were doing that to me, okay, not too long ago. And when I say, okay, cool, since you're in my face, let's put it to the test. When I try to get them to take accountability, when they're telling me all these stories and all this bullshit, this NLP bullshit, when I break the ice and I ask them pertinent questions, they start backtracking. They start talking in circles. They start getting all hyped, and and then that lets me know that you full of shit. So what the fuck are you doing in my face? So when people ask me, oh, did you dream anything? The first thing that came in my mind when she asked me that, I was like, why? Have you been doing something you had no business doing? Like, why? Why you want to know if I dreamt anything? Y'all don't listen to me any other time. And even if I was right about something, you guys would credit somebody else because y'all don't like me. So why do you value my opinion? Why do you want my intuitive opinion or my intuitive findings now? Y'all didn't want to listen to me before. I don't know if it's a classism thing, a colorism thing, whatever thing, a bitch thing. I don't know what kind of fucking thing it is, but why do you want to know? So when she asked me that, I said, no, I haven't had no dreams. I have been having dreams, but I'm not fucking telling y'all. I'm not telling y'all. For what? For what? For what? Y'all can't even see y'all side with predators and abusers and narcissistic ass men in the family, but y'all want to get my motherfucking opinion. Why don't you? Child, I just can't. But anyway, like I said, like when she asked me that, I was just like, oh nah. Because even if I did have any dreams, I'm not telling y'all, because I remember I used to be that person that used to share my dreams and my intuitive findings with my family, and they would give me like a weird look, y'all. They would give me like a look like they were jealous. Whenever I would talk about things that were my birthright, like when I, for instance, my sister or whatever, when I was talking to her and my mom, and I was happened to be at her house, and I was like talking about my birth chart and all this stuff, because I'm the only like person that worked with the ancestors in my family. I'm the first one from my generation to be on that spiritual shit. So of course, she would try to follow after me and shit like that, because everything is a competition, and I'm a catalyst for a lot of people starting their spiritual journey. A lot of these motherfuckers that was around me started to become spiritual because they saw that they saw that they couldn't fuck with me. So they joined spirituality to see if they could fuck with me, right? And they get themselves fuck up. It wouldn't work for them. And, they end up either quitting or they just kind of fall back or whatever the case is. They try to team up with other people or whoever. Like they get caught up in the how can I say, they get caught up in the social part of the spiritual thing, and they think that they got something up over me. But me, I don't really worry about that. If I'm a catalyst for you wanting to become spiritual, cool. Because at some point in the journey, it's not going to be about me anymore. It's going to be about you. And if I made you want to go down that direction, even if you were trying to harm me, if I was the catalyst for you to embark on your spiritual journey where you end up realizing that coming after me was wrong, and that if you're really about that life, you would learn that, you would know that, and and you actually start really focusing on yourself and cleansing and healing yourself and shit like that, cool. I'll take credit for that, because honestly, I'm a lot of them fucking godmother. I godma. I am the godmother. Okay, I accept it. But I remember saying something about it, and she just had this look, like, that jealous look, that jealous, like, narcissistic glare that you get from people when you're speaking about something that you're happy about, when you're sharing good news. You can kind of see the look in their eyes, like that type of look. When I was talking about how in my birth chart it said divination, it was my birthright. That I was just sharing like certain stuff, and I would get like little weird looks and shit like that. So it's like, but then while they're jealous of what I know, they still want to come around me and pick my brain, because they too lazy to look up the fucking information themselves, and they are looking for information to steal so they can act like it's their shit. So I'm not around for them to siphon off of my energy and off of my creativity no more. I'm not around. You know what I'm saying? And I don't get them access to my social media. But like I said, I've been noticing weird stuff on my social media. Weird ass sex pages, watching my stories, like these weird ass couple pages, like all these like troll ass fucking accounts trying to follow me, trying to watch my stories. Now, I don't really share anything personal in my stories. So if you're in my stories, you're going to either be inspired, you're going to laugh, or you're going to get your fucking feelings hurt. One of the three, or all of it. So I don't know what the fuck you think you're going to find out. Looking at my stories, you're not really going to find out nothing. I just post recipe videos, travel videos, funny memes, funny videos, and then I post up my readings. That's it. So what the fuck you think you're going to find? Anyways, child. So I learned not to share my dreams, because people are getting jealous of my dreams, and it's been happening for years, y'all. Because even before I got deep in my spiritual journey and shit, back in 2014-ish, people were jealous of that and was trying to compete. Anytime I find something that gave me joy or validity or something, it was always like somebody trying to follow me. Okay, it was always like my sisters trying to follow me, other female relatives, whatever. When I tried to explain to my family that they needed to have an ancestor altar, none of them wanted to get an ancestor altar. None of them. Okay. Oh, it's this and that. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I'm a Christian. I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. I can't do this and that. I was like, all right, cool. I try not to, push it on people, but if you keep asking me for my opinion, I'll give it. It's up to you, So when somebody else says the same thing that I said, but they're more reputable in our cultural community, and they fucking said the same shit I said, yeah, you need to have an altar for the ancestors. You need to have this, that, Now, all of a sudden, they want to make it about them, and now all of a sudden they want to tell me something, like they telling me some news. Bitch, you're not telling me shit. Get the fuck out of here. When I tried to discuss my dreams with this very same auntie, when I used to have dreams about my grandma, I think she was jealous because she wasn't getting those dreams. That's why you got to really be careful when you're like the intuitive one. Your family will envy you. Not only that, but they're very suspicious of you. They're very intimidated by your spiritual gifts, because they feel like you're going to pick up on whatever that they're doing behind your back or behind somebody else's back in the family. So they'll ask you, oh, what kind of dreams did you have? Or if you got readings, oh, did you get a reading? Did you see this person? Did you talk to this person? It's like they're doing something that they don't have no business doing, and they want to see if you pick up on it. If spirit want me to know something, they will snitch. So, and even if it's something I'm not privy to, I'll know because just by the shit that happens to you. And it's crazy because people will do me fucked up behind my back. And meanwhile, I'll be like feeling bad for them. But sometimes I'm not even privy to what they're doing, that they're actually paying for something that they did to me. Okay. So when I talked to the same aunt years ago, like maybe a year or two after my grandma passed, I was having dreams and shit. And I remember I was sharing a particular dream of her, of my grandmother to this same aunt that called me. And when I was sharing the story, she gave a very like jealous look, like just a jealous fucking look, and rolling her eyes and shit. I kept telling the story anyway because I could feel when people are jealous of whatever I'm talking about, or they're jealous of what I know. Because I use my peripheral and I could see like the look on their face, they roll their eyes. Because sometimes bitches do that. I'm talking about in other situations, bitches would do that because they don't have anything to contribute to a conversation. If I'm talking, if it's a group of us and a group of guys, and you know, this guy might be into this and that, and it might be something that I'm interested in, I'm going to talk about it. I'm not flirting with him or nothing. I just like to talk about things that interest me. I like to talk about things of substance. Y'all bitches like to talk about dumb shit all the fucking time. And, you know, if somebody's into something like maybe history, science, the mysterious, what psychological is taboo, I like that shit. You know, I have eighth house placements. I got three planets in the eighth house: Venus, Mercury, Mars, and Leo. I got a Leo stellium in the eighth house. Okay, 3 different planets in the eighth house. So I'm into all that shit. What's dark? What's taboo? You know, psychological. I'm interested in why people think. I'm interested in looking behind people's motives, seeing beyond the fucking surface, not that fucking fake shit. You know. But anyway, I digress. They're singing today. Anyways, the seagulls. Anyways, I digress. So when I was telling her the story about my grandmother, it was some kind of story where basically I was in, there's like a astral version of my family's country, right? There's like an astral version. No. So it's almost like when somebody dies in our family, it's like they go back to like an astral version of Belize or Honduras, right? Mainly Belize, right? But I'm talking about other ancestors, other sides of the family. I feel like the way they all go to the same place. And it's just like the place they've always known, but just like an astral version, a heavenly version, I guess, right? And it's not far at all. They're just in a different dimensional version of their country, right? So I was pretty much explaining that dream to her because in the dream I was looking for my grandmother, okay? I knew that I was, was this after my Belize trip? Yeah, I think this is after my Belize trip. This is after my Belize trip. So it had to have been 2019. I went to Belize April of 2000, the first 2 weeks of April, pretty much, in 2019. Yes. So yes, that was when I was still fucking with everybody. So anywho, I was explaining to her the dream, that how like I was in this astral version of our country, and I'm walking around and I'm looking for the house on Front Street because that's the house that my granny grew up in, and it was her grandma also grew up in that. I mean, her mother almost also grew up in the house. I think it's like 4 generations in that same house. Okay, on Front Street, that same house. Okay. So that house has a lot of energy, a lot of memories, a lot of history, okay, of my 4 mothers, you know. So I was in a dream every time I'm in this astral version of our country. It's like I know my way around, but I don't. Everything looks a little different. It looks slightly different. But I was trying to find the house, her house. I was looking for her. So I remember I was walking along the road and just asking people, have you seen my grandmother? Have you seen my granny? I see you see my granny, you see my grand. I'm just walking through, just like asking people. I stopped at first though, I wanted to clarify where I was at. So I was walking past this lady, and she had Garifuna colors on. She had on gold, black, and white. And she had on a beautiful head wrap that was gold, black, and white. And she had a beautiful gold, black, and white dress. And she was carrying something on her head. And she just looked so regal, so beautiful. So I came up to her, and I'm like, excuse me. I said, are we in Dongriga Belize? She said, yes. And she said it like strongly, yes. I said, okay, all right. And she kept walking. I was like, okay, all right. So I'm here. Okay. Now I can try to look for grandma. So I go to like a store, and I ask the lady in the shop or the store, whatever. And I'm like, oh, because it's like a small town. So I'm like, oh, you see my grand? Tell her I had to look for her or whatever. And I was just like talking to her, and she's like, yeah, I know your granny. You just missed your granny. Yeah, you just missed your granny. She just came here. She just walked home like an hour ago. I was like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, I said, please tell her that I'm looking for her. I'm her granddaughter. This is my name. Like, I'm having a whole conversation with the lady. So anyway, when I'm telling my aunt the story, and this was years ago, she was looking, and she was just kind of like rolling her eyes. So fast forward to yesterday, and this was 3 years ago. Fast forward to now, because I haven't really been talking to any of them, I haven't been saying nothing to none of them, I pulled my energy all the way back. Now you want to know what my dream is? Like, so I don't be sharing my dreams. She's like, oh, have you had any dreams about grandma? I was like, no. I low-key did, but I'm not telling y'all niggas. Why? Why would I fucking tell y'all? Like, for what? So you can go run and tell the next person, go run and tell the next auntie, the next whoever. All y'all don't like me. So why y'all want to know what any spiritual information I come up on? Like, go talk to my other auntie. That's who y'all go to for stuff. Y'all listen to her, so go to her. Why y'all want my opinion? For what? But then she goes. Throughout the phone call, then she was like, yeah, I had a dream. Like, it's like she wanted me to interpret it for her. She wanted me to say something, but I've learned not to fucking do stuff like that when I talk to people, especially like women or women in my family, because whenever you say something, they be like, oh, it's not that, or they always like try to find a way to like push back or resist what you're saying. So I just stopped. I just don't say nothing no more. I just listen. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Oh yeah, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you be all right. Mm-hmm. All right. I gotta go. Like, bye. So that's what she was doing. She was like, yeah, I had a dream, and I had a dream about your mom, and this and this, and like an empty room, and blah blah blah, which I had already did a reading, and it was something about it, not me, but I got a reading through someone. They already told me what was going on with that anyway, but I didn't feel like telling her that either. She said something about an empty room with nothing in it, that she was gonna go into the city. When you dream about a room or a house, that's your mind. I already know that my mom been battling like a low-key mental illness for a while. I was trying to tell my brothers and sisters, but because I'm the outsider nigger bitch of the family, they took offense to anything that I would say. So of course they're not gonna listen to me. Don't nobody like me, so they're not gonna listen. But I've been kind of noticing little signs, or whatever. But they'll get offended because she raised them. I was raised by my grandmother, so if I point out something like that, oh, you talking about our mama, you talking about mama. So I just didn't say nothing. But I have spoken to all of them on several occasions. I probably brought it up a few times when we were still all like fucking with each other. Like, y'all need to kind of get a handle on that situation. And they blew me off. So that ain't got nothing to do with me. But when I got the reading from an associate of mine, she told me about that. She was like, yeah, something dementia. I was like, I figured. I'm like, yeah, I figured, because just by the signs that I'm seeing or whatever. See, if she would have fucked with me, if my mother would have fucked with me and not deal with everybody else, she would have been good over here. But like I said, people make their allegiances where they people make their alliances where they want to. And All I'm doing is honoring it and staying out of the way. And I'm going to stay out the way. Ain't nobody finna fucking use me and try to get me to feel sorry for people and try to, oh nah. That's y'all problem. That's y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? I wish you well. Send you love and healing energy and all that good stuff. But that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. I wasn't never a part of y'all family unit or dynamic. So that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? So y'all need to do something for her. She do everything for y'all, and I'm talking about my other siblings. She do everything for y'all. Y'all need to step up. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay. But when my aunt said that she had a dream about her being in an empty room, that means no memory. That's what I got from that is when you dream about a room, a home, it symbolizes your mind. So if there's nothing in the home, nothing in the room, and she's moving or some shit like that, uh, that's memory being gone, memory being cleared out. Okay. Something being emptied out, wiped out from her memory. So dementia has a lot to do with your memory, short memory loss, whatever. It's a warning. But I didn't tell my auntie that. So she's like, "Oh, I talked to your other aunt, and she said that it's not good." Every fucking dream in the grief in the community means somebody gonna die. Like, can we just stop it already? Like, I do get that there's certain cultural dreams that mean that somebody gonna die, but come on now, like, there's got to be other things. It's not that nobody's going to die. It's not any of that. It's about her dementia. And if since y'all be around her more than y'all be around me, y'all don't notice anything. Because I've been noticing stuff for years, and I just never said nothing. Because coming from me is like it's coming from the devil. So y'all not noticing nothing. Like, it has nothing to do with death or whatever. But my aunt, she said, the other aunt said, the one with the abusive husband that died a couple months ago, that and it's not a good dream. Okay, if that's what she say, what you want me to say something that's gonna combat that? What you want my spiritual advice now from the archangel nigga bitch? Y'all want the spiritual advice now? I'm not giving you nothing. So I just let her say whatever she wanted to say, because if I do say something, all you're gonna do is push back. All you're gonna do is take the information I say, run it by the same person. Y'all gonna have side conversations about me, or y'all will find find a way to resist or push back on what I'm saying. And when I end up being right, y'all gonna give credit to somebody else. I'm not saying nothing. If you think that was a bad dream, and you think that it's this, and that, then go ahead and think that. You know, but I could just tell by the way how she was saying it is that she kind of wanted me to weigh in on it and give my spiritual expertise. I'm not giving you guys any of that. Okay. There was even times where my aunt would have certain people in their family, like certain people that they were raising. Like, for once, my aunt out of town had her step grandson call me about some type of spell or what counted to burn for a legal situation. I'm not getting involved in none of y'all motherfucking karma. I'm not getting involved with none of y'all's karma. If you got into a legal situation or whatever the case may be, that's on you. I don't want to have nothing to fucking do with that. I'm not doing no work for anybody. Last time I tried to do work for somebody, I don't even think they told me all of everything or whatever, and it took a lot of energy out of me to the point where I was sleepy and all kinds of shit was going down in 2020. My car was getting jacked up and shit. But the car was fucked up when I bought it, but I'm just saying it just got worse. And you know what I'm saying? Like, sorry, my daughter probably farting back there. No, but anyways, like, it was all kind of shit going on. I'm like, why? You haven't talked to me in months, but you gonna tell this nigga to call me and ask me for advice? So y'all just using me for advice? Why don't you fucking do it? Why don't you tell him what he should do? Why y'all calling me for? Oh, she told me to call you. I said, but she didn't even call me herself. So y'all don't like me, but y'all like the information and that I provide and the energy that I give. Like, I'm a walking a surplus store. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fucking Home Depot or something. So that was weird. So people was calling me over stuff like, I was like, yeah. I said, if you're guilty, I told them straight up, I'm like, if you're guilty, you are going to pay for it. I mean, if you do certain work or whatever like that, you may be able to shave off some time. But if you're in the wrong, That's something that you got to rectify. That's something that you got to work on. That ain't got nothing. I'm not giving you, I'm not lighting nothing for you. I'm not doing nothing for you. Like, and certain stuff that would happen. I could tell there was side conversations about me because certain stuff that would happen after they allowed their husbands to be disrespectful towards me or my daughter on my Belize trip. When motherfuckers landed in the hospital, motherfuckers want to call me like, yeah, someone's in the hospital. Okay, and what the fuck that got to do with me? Now, at first I felt bad. I was like, oh, I hope he's okay or whatever like that. But that person was probably paying for something that they said towards me, which I think I had heard them try to say something or whatever. It was some kind of weird energy, weird shit with him and his daughter and stuff like that when I was on my trip. It was some little weird funny shit or whatever. And knowing the water sign females in my family, they just go along with anything. They go along with abusers and anybody. As long as they benefit from it, they don't give a fuck. They'll go along with it. Anybody that stands up to their abusers, to any toxic men in the family, they'll make you out to be the enemy. And you trying to fucking help liberate everybody. You trying to save everybody. And they're like, no. Yo. So anyhow, all that I didn't give her any energy on the phone. I was just having a light conversation. I didn't tell her anything that was going on in my life, where I'm working at, what car I'm driving, nothing. I don't let nobody know none of that shit, because once I realized the pattern, y'all, and I realized that they were having conversations in congregations about me, they would even send so-called neutral men to come my way to come say something. And these guys are so fucking stupid that they can't go by my energy versus they can't even stand up to these bitches. So they want to come to me and try, and after they done got fed, they done got several bugs and yerks in their ear, they done got fed, they done took all them conferences about me, they done took all that information in for fact, and here they coming to me with a neutral mask on, but they really have a fucking agenda. They even sent people to come towards me and try to act and try to relate to me and try to get me to go on their side or go with the agenda, and I blow their fucking asses off too. So you got to understand kind of where I'm at with it. Like, I'm cool. I'm not interested in beefing or arguing with nobody, and that's from my mother's side and my father's side. I'm not interested in any of that. So I don't know. I feel like motherfuckers want to kick up dust with me so bad. Like, I don't get it. But anyway, I let her off the phone. I'm like, yeah, I'm busy. I got my hands full. I let her off the phone. And so I know I can't be on the phone with her too long. But even that was a short phone call, but I just did not, 47 o'clock. I just did not give her anything that was personal about me. I didn't even give my spiritual expertise, even though I had kind of wanted to, but I said, let me not, because whatever that I say is going to be used against me. They're going to pass the information on over to people that I'm not talking to. They're going to have a whole little conversation about it, blah, blah, blah. I'm this and that. And I don't even want to be in the mix of that. I don't want to have anything to do with anybody or whatever that's going on. Whatever shit that happens, y'all deal with it, because y'all have y'all own little inner circles. Y'all have y'all own little family dynamic that has nothing to do with me, that hasn't had anything to do with me all these years. I accept it. So why you want to reel me back in for what? So that was some weird things that were going on for me spiritually the past couple of days. And then, of course, if you guys read my community tab, I do talk about my dream and how I was practicing magic in the astral, and I'm getting stronger and better. I told you about the karmic relatives that showed up in my dream and things like that. It's just like these things that spirit be letting me see. It just let me see, like, you right on the money. Now, and a little bit of paranoia is healthy. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Paranoia is a spiritual gift. You just got to know when to use it. Okay, you just got to know when. You can't be paranoid all the time. You can't think that everybody out to get you, and I absolutely understand that. But I feel like having a slight paranoia, I feel like that's healthy. I feel like paranoia is a untapped spiritual gift. It's just your intuition is like an overload, or it could be distorted. And sometimes, like I said, sometimes the dreams that you have with people, it could either be them or it could be the entities that are attached to them that are working through them So you may love your cousin or your sister or whatever like that. You may love them and y'all had good times with them when y'all was kids or recently or whatever. But you have to understand that they're not your family no more. They've been taken over. And because they have their own personal issues with you, they let the crooked man take over their entire body and they're working against you. As a power person, they're working against you. So you can't tell them anything. Even with my aunt, like, she told me, oh, I'm sick now. Oh, I have this, that, and, I lost weight and da 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 da. Like she was trying to get my sympathy, but I gave her minimal sympathy because I do have compassion for everybody's soul. So I'm like, oh, okay, you'll feel better. I'm pretty sure you'll be all right. You guys are generally healthy people, which she is. Her and her husband are generally very healthy. They're generally very healthy. They take vitamins, they take herbs, they walk around. You know what I'm saying? They're very healthy, like older people. So I'm not too worried about them, But I just feel like people are trying to invoke sympathy, trying to get information, this, that, and the third, or whatever. So I just let people talk now, especially when it comes to women in my family. I just let bitches talk, because if I say anything, any type of input that I use will be used against me. It'll be they'll resent me for even saying it. They'll say that somebody else said it. It always comes back to something derogatory. Let me take a sip of my drink. So I want to go to this gas station, but it's always pandemonium because it's the cheapest gas in the fucking city. It's the cheapest gas. I know it's probably not safe for a woman to do, but I usually come to the gas station. I notice when I come to the gas station late at night, like 11, 12, 1, 2 o'clock, nobody's there, like maybe 2, 3 people. But that's because the gas station is full, and I get a lot of anxiety because I know people are so ignorant. They like to skip you in the line. They like to, do little stuff that will put me in a position where I have to say something. So I try to avoid pandemonium laced situations. I try to avoid that. So I'm like, let me just go to the gas station a little later at night. I got my little weapons or whatever. I got my stuff right here. I got it back, and I just, get my gas and I be gone. I mean, I might drive through the gas station, but I really honestly think that it's full of people. It's a small gas station. Like I said, everybody be cutting people, and it's just, excuse me. And then a lot of time people be getting hit. I just saw somebody, like today's Tuesday, so I'm gonna leave myself alone. I'm gonna wait till late at night. I'm gonna come out and put some gas in my shit. This Tuesday, right? I'm on my way. Like I'm coming to Compton, and just this guy hits this guy's car, and the guy comes out to say something to him, and they just kept driving. That dude was pissed, and this dude had a nice car. He had one of those big ass fucking I don't know what kind of pickup trucks, but this one of those big tall pickup trucks, them big ones. One nice truck. What is it? A Ford? Probably it is a Ford F-150, but it's like a big body pickup truck that that's a 4-seater, big ass back, everything. Nice car. The car that hit him was a little crusty ass little car. And that's how people are. I call it vehicular narcissism. Some people will drive carelessly. They don't have no fucking insurance. They drive carelessly and they'll hit people's cars that are newer and better than their car because they're spiteful like that, Anyways, so another I digress. So another synchronicity, aside from the dream, is I've been seeing a person's name pop up on my phone. Seeing this person's name pop up on my phone. I've been seeing a lot of 1111, talking about Mr. Beloved. Another synchronicity that was recent is that I reconnected with my aunt. It's been a few months since I've seen her, and then of course I was in Indianapolis, so like the beginning of the year was very eventful, and now we're towards the middle of the year. Kind of sort of the middle of the year, middle of the year. And I reconnected with my tia on my daddy's side because I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like me and her, we cordial. I mean, she's okay. She's cool. She's all right. Like I learned how to deal with people in different ways. Like I have compassion for people's souls. I keep my space and my distance, and I make sure that I avoid certain situations or scenarios where I'm gonna be around people I don't fuck with, that they fuck with and stuff. So I know how to be a ninja. Like I know how to move in and out the shit. So I was talking to my tia, and I was just letting her know that my birthday's coming up, and I just want to have some time for myself, and if she don't mind babysitting. She's like, yeah, of course, I want you to have fun, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll watch her for the whole weekend and stuff like that. Just make sure she got everything she need, and give me a little money, girl, give me a little, I know how to bribe my auntie, girl. Give her some weed, give her some little wine or something, slide over a couple of dollars or whatever. Make sure my daughter have all her snacks and her own thing, and she she lets me do me because she know I'm a good mom. I'm always with my daughter 24/7. So just for my birthday, and I always spend my birthday season with my daughter anyway, but I just wanted to spend some time with myself and stuff like that, and to go out and stuff, whatever, and go on my little solo trips and shit. That's what I'm gonna be doing this year. But so it just so happened that my aunt moved to a particular side of LA, kind of like a mid-city area of LA, for those who are familiar. Okay. Now, when I met Mr. Beloved, and I just had a dream with him the other day, right? Sometimes I have dreams and I forget everything, but I know that I saw the person because I felt that person. But I had a dream, a very vivid dream, which I shared in my community post, that how I was on the phone with his karmic, and it was a detailed conversation, everything. Y'all can read my post, and I made a video about it as well. So it just so happened that she moved to pretty much the same area where he lives, or I wouldn't say he lives, but maybe where his ma live. And I'm never on that side of the town. There's like certain attractions there, but I've never really be like on the Crenshaw side, the Baldwin Hills side, Culver City. I've never really be on that side of LA like that, like the La Brea area, La Cienega, all them little areas. I never really be over there like that, So my tia just moved there with her and my littlest cousin, her youngest daughter, and her grandson, my nephew. So they moved over there. And then my other youngest male cousin, which is her son, I guess he lives there part-time too. And then he also lives somewhere else with his daughters and in-laws. Okay, so he's kind of back and forth. So they're all in the same area. So that's good that they all close with each other, And it just so happened that my aunt moved in the same area where this dude is at. So when she first gave me the address, I didn't know that they moved. When I was coming to get my hair did or something, I was coming to see her, whatever. She's like, "Oh, come over here." I said, "Where you at, Bingo?" She's like, "No, this is just my place." So da da da. I was like, "Oh, okay," because I didn't know all that, right? So it just so happened that when I was looking at the building, I was like, oh, wow, I'm kind of like in the same area. This is, when I first met him and stuff like that or whatever. And I just remember there was a specific place, specific apartments in that area. I ain't going to say what the name of the apartments is, but it has a nickname. And that's where I had, spent time with him or that brief time that we were, talking. And I know that's where his mama lived at, and that's where he was staying at. So anyway, so now I have a reason to go in that area, right? There was no reason for me to go in that area now that they're over there. So when I went to go get my hair done, I had this weird feeling like I was being watched or something. Like I felt nervous, like driving in that area. Like it wasn't like a bad nervousness, but I just felt nervous. Like, what if I run into him? What if he runs into me? Like, what are the odds? You know what I'm saying? Like, what would happen? Like, how would he react? How would I react? Like, I just kept feeling that. Like, I kind of feel like I was being watched. Even when I was driving, I felt somebody waving at me in the car, but I didn't see who the other person is. Because when I drive and I walk and I move about the world, I don't be looking up in people's face. Like, people could be real ignorant and they just want you to look at them. They just want you to like react to them. So I'm very like tunnel vision. Like I just really like. But I was like, damn, that's weird. They happen to move to the same area. So it's like, damn, it's kind of like the universe is creating something to where I'm going to end up running into him. So anyway, I came over there the other day to get my hair done, right? So my aunt, she told me, she like, oh, you remember your two friends that you bring the other day, that boy that you like, and his friend? I was like, yeah, yeah. She was like, yeah, we just saw him the other day. He was walking, talking about Mr. Beloved's friend, because I had met him too. Oh yeah, he always be walking up and down here and stuff like that. Him and Dylan was hanging out and stuff like that, or whatever, whatever. And I almost wanted to ask about him, but I was like, nah, let me just be casual about it. I was like, okay. She was like, yeah, your friend, the one that you brought over here, and she was talking about Mr. Bubba, his mama lived right over there. I was like, yeah, I know. So, yeah, I thought that was weird, because I was just like, what are the fucking odds, y'all? What are the odds? Because my aunt, she be living in all kinds of parts of LA. She lived in Compton before too, so she could have moved anywhere else. She was even talking about moving to like Lancaster, Palmdale. So she could have moved anywhere, but she happened to move right there, and she literally right around the corner from his mom's house, apparently. But I would just remember it was some apartments that was right there. I remember some yellowish kind of apartments or whatever. So I don't know. But I found that to be an odd synchronicity, or whatever. So I'm kind of playing it cool, because it's possible that they could be hanging out with him and his friend. I don't know what's going on right there with that. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and not really, like, I wanted to ask, but I was like, nah, maybe she not the person to ask, or whatever the case. Maybe I shouldn't, something's telling me don't even bother. Just leave that alone. Because I don't know if there's any conversation about me. I don't know if they are indeed hanging out with Mr. Beloved and his friend, or at least Mr. Beloved's friend. At some point, they're going to have some kind of conversation in regards to me, because for obvious reasons. But she definitely did tell me that. She was like, yeah, he's right here. So she let me know that they see him around. So they see him around. And he obviously knows, okay, that girl's family started living around the corner. Because he happened to know one of my cousins. And he also knew my cousin's wife that I talked about earlier that passed away tragically. He knew her. They from the same, area or whatever. So, yeah. So it's a lot of different synchronicities that has been taking place, you guys. Yesterday, I was feeling all kind of flutters and a lot of energy coming from the top of my head, like a lot of flutters. It's like a really ticklish feeling. Shout out to Abiola Abrams. I did a meditation. She did a Lionsgate meditation yesterday that was just so beautiful. And I just felt like the energy like tickling on my crown chakra, and it was moving like a pinball. I kept feeling it go to my stomach here, like a lot of fluttering here, in my stomach, and it kept moving up like a pinball. So I appreciate that. I was doing different meditations. I did my sun mantras. I did all kinds of different things. The color's changing. I like it when the sky looks like this, though. Yeah. When the sky looks like all pink and purple, it's just like my dream. Pink, purple. The sun is like a orangey kind of reddish color, and it has like that pink, violet, purple type of color. It's just so beautiful to me. And then with the palm trees, it just really like, wow, But anyway, yeah, so what was another synchronicity? I kept seeing 1111. I kept seeing his namesake in my phone, just kept popping up in my phone. Or when I'm listening to a video, somebody just ends up saying his name. I'm like, okay, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting this nervous feeling, and I kept noticing my left face, and my eye keep twitching. And you know what that mean, black folks, or whatever folks. Y'all know what that mean when your eye keep twitching. That means you're going to run into somebody. So I keep feeling like every time I'm in that area, I just feel so nervous, like, and then on top of that, I don't know what could be going on with those said family members and in this person. I know they had to bring me up in a conversation like, oh, you see how, so maybe they, I don't know what kind of conversations were had or anything like that, but obviously they know of each other. Like I said, the beloved knows my cousin and all of that. So I feel like eventually we are probably going to end up running into each other and stuff. And I don't know. We'll just see what happens there. It's going to be interesting. I'll tell you that much. It's going to be interesting because we both had the same birthday and it's coming up. So I don't know what's going to really happen or whatever, but I'm just going to keep my eye out because I'm kind of like something is telling me to not really say anything or not really let people know. Like people know I brought him around them that one time, so they know him. They know of my involvement. He had already told them that we have history and we knew each other for a few years already. So it's whatever. Like something's just telling me to just kind of play it cool. If I run into him, I run into him. If I don't, I don't. But it's just the fact that, they're like all around the corner to each other. It's just that synchronicity that just makes you feel like, okay, it could be a recipe for some type of like run-in that you may have with this person, and to be cautious because you don't know what might have been said behind your back. You don't know if your family put in a good word for you, a bad word for you, if they're not sharing anything, if the other person is sharing. You don't know what could be going on that could be treacherous behind the scenes. That's all I gotta say. You just never know. So I just gonna just play cool. Um, Anyways, I felt a lot of fluttering yesterday. I did a lot of different things. I shared one of my ritual videos for the Lionsgate. I did healing ritual for my daughter for her to go to school because school's starting in 2 weeks for her. I was doing money visuals. I did all kinds of things, and so for the Lionsgate portal. So I definitely enjoyed yesterday a whole lot, and so I'm excited for my birthday because I'm gonna enjoy these solo trips, and I've been doing so good this year. I've been doing so good just keeping to myself, staying out of drama. I'm glad that my relatives have moved because now I can visit them and I don't have to worry about seeing anybody that I don't fuck with like that. I don't have to worry about random showing up. Even they said they were tired of seeing random people come to their door and all kind of bullshit always popping off and they always bringing their drama with them. So I'm glad that the ones that I do get along with, they moved to another side of town. So I don't ever have to see certain people that I don't fuck with no more. I don't have to look at them. I don't have to worry about them wanting to be in my energy and stand next to me, be around me so bad because bitches love me. You know what I'm saying? They got a funny fucking way of showing it. Like I don't have haters. I got confused fans. Okay. They want my energy so goddamn bad. They don't know what to do with it. They just have to stand next to me. They just got to do something. They just got to be in my vicinity some kind of way. So I'm kind of glad that I don't have to deal with that or whatever. I don't have to worry about running into people that I don't fuck with and all that shit. Because that was what was causing like a lot of tension that made me back off in the first place. Um, but for my birthday this year and for Virgo season, I'm not going to be around people that make me question their loyalty, their genuinity. Like I'm not gonna be around that. I'm gonna do solo trips. Whoever's on the same shit, if you're on the same shit, cool. If you're not, peace out. Like I don't mind taking a solo trip. I don't mind, enjoying my own company and just meeting whoever I meet when I'm out there. Like that's the plan, what I'm gonna do for my birthday. That's the absolute plan. So, but yeah, I wanted to share these synchronicities because it's just interesting how when you're on the brink of something and you know that things are about to change for you, you'll see that people will try to get attached to you because of things that are going on in their lives. You know, you'll start to, I don't know, when you're close to absolution, when you start having people from the past start to reach back out to you, people that didn't appreciate your presence when you were there, people that you pleaded with when they were committed to misunderstanding you and they were committed to always quarreling with you. and these are people that you pleaded with, that you tried to get along with. These are people where you tried to be a joiner. You tried to be a part of their family unit, and they've always shunned you. They always judged you, secretly undermined you behind your back. Have secret alliances behind your back. They vibe with anybody that you don't get along with. You ever had people like that? They vibe and make excuses for everybody that disrespect you. You know why? Because they don't like your ass. That's why. They don't like you, so they can relate to somebody that doesn't like you. They can relate to their tactics. They can make excuses. Well, I don't think that's what she meant or he meant. They'll, like, motherfuckers will defend each other because they all are operating under the same entity. They're all operating under the same program. And like I said, when you pull your energy back, they will try to show up in your dreams. They will try to ask families about you. They'll try to send people to come to your house, send people to watch your social media or request you on social media, send you a message. They will do everything that they can, because all the things that you predicted as the black sheep and the chosen one, everything that you had predicted, like the dynamics of the family, everything that you had predicted, that they was like, yeah, whatever, bitch. Everything that you had warned them about is coming to pass. You was the crazy one. You was the archangel nigga bitch. You was the villain. You were the anti-hero. You was a whole bunch of shit to these people. They salted you up so bad, threw dirt on your fucking name for years and years and years, secretly undermining you and was against you, breaking bread with your enemies, all kinds of shit for years and years and years and years. And as soon as you finally get it and you pull back, everything that you had said comes to pass. Everything that you warned them about other people, I gave people a chance to, I guess, in other words, pledge their allegiance or to keep it real with me or whatever. And they chose whoever that they chose. You got to keep that same energy for life. I got compassion for your soul. I forgive you, but keep that same fucking energy for eternity. You made your choice. You made your bed. Lie in that bitch. Go to sleep. You made your choice. And I made my choice to walk away and to go where I'm embraced. I made my choice to put myself first. 1:11:44 upon the clock, 1:11:47 upon the clock, okay? I made the choice to choose me first. And now that the scapegoat, now that I'm gone, people are fighting amongst each other. People are going through this and that, whatever the case may be. And now you want to hear my ideas, and now you want to hear my expertise. Well, if you guys are so smart and you guys are this, that, and the third, I'm pretty sure you guys can come up with the same conclusions. You guys don't need me to think for you. I thought I was a dumbass bitch. I thought, I wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? With the classism shit, because I grew up in a certain type of neighborhood. I live in a certain type of neighborhood. I thought I wasn't shit. So why the fuck you need to hear what I gotta say? Why does it matter now? You know what I'm saying? Child. But yeah. So I've been noticing, like I said, a lot of weird stuff with my phone. Weird numbers calling me, weird texts. Like I've also been getting weird texts. I do feel like some of the people that was texting me were people that I fell out with. And you know how motherfuckers be trying to put you in mass text? See, this is the reason why I don't like mass text, because you put in my phone number with other people's phone numbers. Because when people send you a mass text, you can see everybody's number. It may not have their name, but you can see a whole bunch of numbers. What if those numbers belong to people that are the op? Okay, what if those numbers belong to people that you don't fuck with and you don't want them to have your fucking number? And just by your response in that mass text, or they might just say, yeah, that's her number right there. They can easily pass your information over, and next thing you know, you're getting funny ass calls. And I think that's what happened to me. I got a bunch of funny ass calls. I had one time I had a bitch. I don't know who it was. I had somebody call my phone and was just listening to me breathe. So I just sat there and I breathed too. I was like, and I said hello. At first I said hello. They didn't say nothing. I could hear breathing, like multiple breaths, like a one person listening and then two other people like some hot ass fucking breath. So I said, okay, since we're going to play the listen to me breathe game, okay, I'm going to listen to you breathe. We just sit here and breathe and listen to each other then, okay. And then eventually they hung up. I just sat there, I was like, anyway, so eventually they hung up, right? I sent texts to the phone, like, who is this? That I got a check mark saying that they get the text, right? Then I said, okay, I'm gonna pull out some cards on it. So when I pull out the cards and I did a reading on it, I ended up finding out that it was a bitch that was calling. It was a group of bitches. I got Three of Pentacles in a reverse, and then I got a King of Wands, or no, Knight of Wands, two, and some other one card I forgot. But basically, the reading was saying that it was some bitches calling me. It was a group of girls that was calling me. One person is a ringleader, so it's a ringleader and two dum-dums, or they all dum-dums, but one dum-dum master, and then her two other little dumbettes were calling my phone um, to try to put a voice to a name or a name to a face or try to connect dots or whatever, and they wanted to call my number to see if this is her or whatever. uh and it was in regards to dick. So it's always regards to dick. If a bitch don't like me, even if it's a bitch in my family, a bitch on the street, it's always tied to dick, because bitches that don't like me, I mostly get static from pick-me's, like pick-me's, male identified bitches, women that are not women's women. Those are the bitches that tend to quarrel with me and kick up dust with me the most. Their main thing with me always ties to some dick. It always ties to some guy that I don't give a fuck about, that I don't even fucking want, that they don't even want, or somebody that they used to fuck on, somebody they used to fuck on, that has some kind of romantic rapport with, that I don't know or care about, that I never knew, right? So it's always tied to some kind of guy. It's always tied to that. So it's just so silly. It's the same Jezebel spirit over and over and over again through many different women in my family and just out in society. They all have the same problem with me. The same thing. It's always tied to some guy that I'm not even worried about. And then guys too. There be guys that, because I don't get in the time of day, because they so used to bitches being up their ass, they used to pick me's and mammies and bitches that be up their ass and shit, that when they come around me and they see how real I am, it's like I'm too real for them. And because I don't pay them no mind, they want to be disrespectful to me, or they want to compare me to a pick me. They want to be colorist, featurist, texturist, anti-black woman. They want to be misogynist, and they'll try to triangulate between me and other women, and these women will happily participate because they don't like me either. They're intimidated by me also, so they both have a dog in the fight, and guys will try to be disrespectful to prove to themselves and to everybody else in public that they don't fuck with me, but secretly they be on my dick. Secretly, they'll be in my inbox, or they'll be calling me, or they'll be cool with me or whatever like that. When they get around other people, because they like to gossip with other bitches, because when they get around other people, they want to try to downplay it by being disrespectful, because they know that I will never get in the time of day, and I will never let them talk to me like how they talk to other bitches. I'll never let them do me like how they do everybody else. So they get frustrated because I'm not giving them the energy and the attention that they want. So they're like, okay, well, if Cassie don't give me no attention, then I'm just gonna be rude. I'm just gonna be rude to her so that she can yell and cuss me out. Like, they just want to get my energy either way, just because I don't pay them any mind. And I be letting people niggas down easy too. Like, I let them down easy because I look at how a guy thinks and acts and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? We probably won't get along. Like, you cool on a platonic level, but in a relationship with you, like, I'm gonna drive you fucking crazy. Like, let's just be honest. Like, I see the type of bitches that you used to. I see the type of women that you used to, especially around here in LA. You used to a certain type of black woman, and I don't move like that. So me and you are gonna clash. And I've told guys that, they still held against me. They knew that the other person they were connected with, that could have been a family member, they knew that that person don't like me, so they would be like trying to act like they don't like me or try to be disrespectful whenever they're around, but secretly they were on my clit. Very much so. Even years later, motherfuckers would be like, "Yeah, I used to like you." I'm like, "Oh, really? I I couldn't tell, because you was talking mad shit, shorty. Mad shit whenever this person and that person was around. And then I ended up finding out that the reason why certain bitches didn't like me was because of their asses, because of them, because of niggas, because they pick me's. They want the attention of every nigga, even niggas that they don't want, niggas that you got or that want you. They won't even, some bitches with that Jezebel spirit won't even like a nigga until that nigga like you. They won't even want your nigga. They'll probably clown your nigga, don't even want him until they see you with him. When they see how you being treated, let's say the guy treating you good or whatever, better than their nigga treating them, they can have a whole nigga too. You know what I'm saying? But because they see how you happy, they see somebody that's actually interested in you, that's cherishing you, that's doing everything for you that they're not, as a family member or a friend or whatever. Now they gonna want that nigga to want the sex dick too. You know, that's just how Jezebel spirited. You know, that's how they operate. You know. They are always after what the chosen one wants or has, always. Even if they already have it made, you can have very, very little and they can have a whole lot, but they still gonna want what the fuck you got. You could be happy with what the little that you have and you just, you shine with or without material things. You shine with or without friends, yes men, whatever. You're totally comfortable with yourself, and it makes people nervous because they're not used to that. People can't be by themselves for 2 minutes. They always need somebody around. They always need, like, especially bitches, they always need a group of dumbass bitches around to make them feel smart. You need to be around a bunch of dumbass bitches for you to be smart. If you are truly smart and you're truly secure in who you are, you should be able to hang around bitches who are smart like you and smarter than you or whatever, and still be able to hold your own and be a loving friend and blah, 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 and not be competing with them and just be cool. But you got to hang around a bunch of dumbass, punk ass bitches just so you can feel like you a tough, smart bitch. And then you want to complain about how bitches are fake. That's the only bitches you want to be around is fake bitches. Because deep down inside, that's you. You a fake ass bitch. So you want to be around other fake ass bitches. Same thing with niggas too. Niggas be complaining about, oh, da da da. Would niggas be complaining about certain personality types in women, but that's who you keep dating. You dating dumbass bitches, and when you come across a woman, a goddess that's smart, that thinks for herself, that doesn't allow you to misconstrue other women, that doesn't allow you to triangulate yourself with other women and misconstrue other women's lifestyles in order to appease him. You don't do those types of things. You don't allow men to play you against other women. They take you in as a fucking threat. And that's what it was with me. Guys would be disrespectful to me because they know that I wouldn't give them the time of day because of their attitude. So they get intimidated, like, oh, she's not a pick-me, she's not a mammy, because they think because I look the way that I look, that I'm not a preference, that I should be a pick-me, I should be a mammy, I should be a ride-or-die dummy, and I'm none of those things. When in my younger days, we all had that past, right? We all had that past. But even when I was a pick-me or whatever, I was still a woman's woman, though. Okay? I had some male-identified talking points, but I was still a woman's woman to the point where, nigga, if you wrong, you wrong. Bitch, if you wrong, you wrong. You know what I'm saying? I was never a catty pick-me. I was one of those milder. I was on the mild, lighter, high-functioning spectrum of that. I was never like a catty bitch, ever, in that regard. So, But anyhow, I'm just noticing different changes and things like that. And I'm proud of myself because I have really honestly come so far. I've come so far, and I'm glad. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because the fact, just by the results that I'm getting, even like the funny, weird calls and like the people following me on platform to platform on my social media, the weird social media stuff that be like little weird accounts that be watching my stuff. Like, it's just letting me know that everything that I've been saying all these years, all of my suspicions, everything that I've been saying all these years have been absolutely on the money. It's been absolutely correct. I've been getting confirmation just by the way how things play out, who fucking with who, what happened, da da da. Just by the way how things played out. You know, I just know. And like I said, spirit be snitching on people. Um, Sometimes your dreams, sometimes the entities can kind of play. They know the storyline. Sometimes they will create storylines and try to play with you. They'll try to like take your subconscious fears and try to play with you and make it seem like it's what they're really doing. So you have to be able to know the difference and stuff. So I'm still like, navigating through that, because sometimes they will put on a show for you in the astro and be like, yeah, they doing this, they doing that, and maybe they probably aren't doing it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I get showed things, and it's just kind of like they're toying with you, like trying to toy with you with your subconscious fears. But I noticed that when you address it head on, that it doesn't affect you anymore, and they just stop doing it. Like, okay, all right, she already knows what we're up to. Like, we're just gonna stop, that type of thing. So that's just kind of like what I get from that situation. But anyways, guys, I'm finna get up out of here. But I just wanted to share with you guys some of the things that I've been experiencing, like through dreams, through synchronicities, like people's faces popping up on my social media. It's kind of letting me know. Like recently, one more thing, I'm sorry. Recently, so I was realizing, I had gotten a download that I realized that when I had that dream about that chapter or whatever, before chapter had came to me, and I did a video on it and stuff. Looking back on that dream, because before this person even reached out to me to be in my house, I had a dream about their aunt, which is my first cousin, and them. And they were trying to come. They came into my place, and she opened the door and allowed this girl to come in. And I was yelling at both of them, telling them to get out. Now I'm realizing the algorithm was showing me on social media when the girl's face popped up, because she backed off of me right after I put this girl. She supposedly don't know, but she probably do, because like I said, motherfuckers talk. It's cool, whatever. I don't care. It ain't my business. It ain't my people's like that. It's like my distant family member. Like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. But I feel like this person, looking back, this person was trying to pawn off her niece to me. She was trying to pawn this person off to me. Hey, baby. Yeah, Hey, baby was trying to pawn chapter off to me, energetically, at least in a way. And I hate when people think that just because somebody is spiritual, that we're some kind of like fucking rehab center. So I'm a Yonda Fix My Life rehab center. Nah, baby. Just because I'm spiritual doesn't mean that I'm in the mode. It's a misconception. People think because you're a spiritual person that you want to go out and heal anybody and everybody. First of all, you have to. First of all, we can't even do that to certain people. Some people don't want to be taught. Some people will resent you for trying to fucking help them. They'll try to fucking destroy your ass. Sorry, that thing got a little dark. Sorry. Motherfuckers will try to destroy your ass just because you're trying to help them. So just because somebody's spiritual doesn't mean that they want to take in all the broken, resentful, energy vampire, demonic people, okay? Some people might be worth the fight. Most people aren't worth the fight. I'm still trying to fight for me. I'm still trying to fight for my daughter. So just because I'm spiritual doesn't mean that you can just throw all your burdens. If you don't want to deal with that person, what the fuck make you think that I want to deal with that person? Because I'm spiritual or something? That should be the main reason why you shouldn't pawn anybody off on me, because I'm a highly sensitive person. I can't be around certain energies and shit like that no more. I can't be around certain people that don't take accountability for their actions, energy vampires and all that shit. I can't be around these people like that. So if you didn't want to deal with this person and they disrespected you to the utmost, why the fuck are you trying to pawn this person off on me? You deal with it. That's your situation. Because if something goes down between me and your peoples, I don't know this person. They don't know me like that. And I told them to their face, you don't know me like that. I'm not your aunt. You're not going to put your hands on me like you put your hands on your aunt. You ain't going to be bucking up on me, young lady, like you do to everybody else, because I didn't grow up like you. Okay? I wasn't raised like you. I didn't grow up like you. You was raised new school American. I was raised old school Belizean. We are not the same. Okay? We born in two different eras. You born in the 2000s. I'm born in the early 80s. Bitch, we are not the same. Not the same. Okay? So if you come at me like how you come at so-and-so, it's not going to work for you. And then if I end up, let's just say that if it did end up coming to blows and I had to I had to put in some work. Then again, I'm gonna be the bad guy again. Even though motherfuckers was coming to me. I would be the bad guy again. So don't try to pawn your karmic relatives or whatever onto me. If you want your life cleared with no drama and cool, I respect it. But why the fuck you think just because I'm spiritual, or maybe she can help her? No, the fuck I can't. No, I can't. Bitch, I'm still trying to help me. The fuck? I'm still trying to help me. 1:29:38 on the clock. I'm still trying to fucking help me, girl. So don't be trying to pawn nobody off to me because you don't know me. Chapta don't know me. None of y'all motherfuckers know me. So if things get heated and we didn't grow up around each other, we grew up in different eras, grew up with different families, you arguing or getting into it with somebody, it's almost like getting in an argument with somebody and fighting somebody off the fucking street. Because all that cousin, family, all that shit gonna fly out the fucking window. You know? So it was just certain stuff like that. Like, if you have a spiritual person in your family, don't be trying to overload them. You need to respect their time. They may go months without talking or anything like that. Don't think because they're going months without talking that they're fucking throwing voodoo on everybody in the family. No. Some of the shit that y'all go through is y'all own fucking karma. Or y'all deal with so many different type of people, they asses is probably doing shit to y'all and y'all don't even fucking know it. Y'all be having energy vampires and all kind of shit around y'all. So it ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm getting myself right while you getting yourself wrong. They ain't got nothing to do with me. You know, and now, like I said, I have compassion for people. So if I see if they're making strides and they're actually changing, you know, I might throw them a little bone here and there. I might send them some good energy behind their back and wish them well and shit like that. But I have to be very discriminatory with who I do that with, because like I said, not everybody is teachable. Not everybody is somebody that can accept the help, because some people don't want to, they'll resent you because you're helping them. Like, who the fuck you think you are? And next thing you know, they're going to try to destroy you. And you, the whole time, you was just trying to help them. So it's just a lot of different things that I've been picking up. So like I said, you know, pay attention to your algorithm. If you did a meditation, you did a prayer, you did a ritual, you want to reveal who your enemies are, you want to reveal who working with the enemies, who doing woo, trust me, Spirit gonna let you know, especially with that motherfucking algorithm. I told y'all about that algorithm. It's gonna let you know. Certain people, videos will pop up on your shit. It's a Spirit wants you to click on that shit. Certain people content will pop up on your feed, or, you know, certain person picture will pop up, names will come up, and everything. It's letting you know, like, the Spirit is showing you, like, okay, this is the person we talking about. Click right here. This is what this person is doing. Look, I want you to watch this. You see this person right here? They was doing this against you. Look at them now. Look what they complained about now. Look what they going through now. I'm showing you this for a reason. This is Spirit. You know? So anyway, I'm about to go head back home. It's already 8 o'clock. I can probably drive by the gas station one time just to see if it's not pandemonium over there. But if it is, I'm just going to turn around and go home. I got enough gas to go home, and I'll just have to go to the gas station before my drop off or whatever. But guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. My strategy is I'm going to keep my distance. I don't want people to try to proposition me into oversharing. I don't want, and I had to catch myself from wanting to argue back. I don't want to give anybody a reason for them to kick up dust with me, a reason for them to quarrel. And I feel like that's what people are trying to do in a subtle way, because they're like, oh, she hasn't been talking or saying anything to anybody, and oh, she must be mad at everybody. And I'm letting people know low key that I'm not angry. I'm not worried about you. Like, that brings me to my last one. Sorry. About my sister's birthday. Today, my sister's birthday. I might shoot her a little text or whatever. Today, my sister's birthday. Okay. And I remember she used to do this thing, right? And I wish her well. I hope she has a wonderful, safe birthday and everything like that. I may give her a text. I may. But I don't want to just get back into the fold of things. I just don't want to get back into that same thing with her. But anyways, I digress. I hope that she has a wonderful, beautiful, safe birthday. You know what I'm saying? I have compassion for her, so, or whatever. So anyway, okay, let me tell you what she used to do. This motherfucker right here. Okay, what she used to do, because I was been, hanging out with her since I had moved out here and stuff like that, or my sister. I used to always go hard on her birthday. Her birthday is all early August. Mine's towards the end of the month. So when her birthday come, I would always be the one to treat and everything like that. When my birthday come, it was never like that. And if she did do something, it was very half-assed. There was even times where I had to pay for my own birthday dinner. Yes. And another thing that she used to do that used to be really crazy, right, is she used to start, I feel like she would start arguments with me on purpose, because like I said, her birthday is in the beginning of August, mine's at the end of August. And I felt like she, after I had already like treated her birthday, and like I'm expecting for me to get that in return, like, you look out for me, I look out for you type shit, right? This is why you got to have low expectations. um she would low-key kind of like do something on purpose to start a quarrel. And she would always do this just before my birthday. And it took me a few years to kind of get the pattern right. Silly me. It took me a few years to get the pattern or whatever. I thought it was just stuff that just happened to happen, but I've noticed that she do it on purpose. Now check this out. If somebody do this to you, like you look out for somebody for their birthday, you treat them out for drinks, you take them out to wherever, you just treat them or whatever, and you guys know that y'all birthdays run in the same together. So you're like, okay, I got you when your birthday come, bitch. I got you, whatever. Now notice that they'll try to start an argument with you. They'll try to like start some type of quarrel, because they know that when you get mad or whatever, you're not gonna say nothing to them, right? So she would do that. So she would like she would always do something within the next 19 days before my birthday would start. She would do something within those 2.5 weeks, and then by the time my birthday come, she don't call me for my birthday. She don't call me. She don't treat all the stuff that I did for her on her birthday. All the thoughtful things I did, she didn't do it. And her main excuse was, "Well, we got into an argument. You were mad, so I didn't want to bother you." So um, that happened in 2018 when I met my beloved. When I met Mr. Beloved, in 2018, she did that same thing. She did the very same thing. So she was doing this for years. When I used to go out with her, she would purposely leave her pocketbook at home and be like, "Oh, I forgot my stuff," just so I could pay for it. Like I said, I even paid for my own fucking birthday dinner. And I just was like so pissed, but I was just trying to be positive because it was my birthday. And I thought to myself, I need to stop being around broke, selfish bitches, and I need to be around. I need to get me some white homegirls. I need to find me some friends, some people, some bitches that will actually go hard for me on my birthday. As much as I go hard for people and I be having people back, you would think that people would show some motherfucking consideration and show some love. Now last year was cool. My birthday was cool, but I'm just saying, like, this is what she had did. Um, and it took me a few years to catch on. And when I realized it, it was just so hurtful to me. And so like back in 2018, when she had did that, right after I took her out to dinner, we did a bunch of different things or whatever for her birthday or whatever. When by the time my birthday came, she I think she fell out with me just before my birthday, like 2 days before my birthday. Like she always has to make sure she falls out with me for my birthday so that she doesn't have to buy me anything. They that fucked up, so she ain't gotta buy me nothing, so she ain't gotta treat me or do anything, even though I did that for her. So when I met my beloved, I met him 2 days before at a club, and she was there, and I think she was kind of a little jealous or whatever, because he went, he came, I met him, I just met him or whatever. So I met him, and I exchanged numbers with him that night, and something had happened. She was like, "Oh shit, I don't want to look out for this bitch on her birthday, so I need to come up with an argument or something so that she cannot say nothing." Da, da. So something happened. So anyway, for my birthday in 2018, I ended up just hanging out with. I ended up talking with Mr. Beloved. He was the only person that called me for my birthday, and the only fucking person that texted me for my birthday, and stuff like that or whatever. And then I think I went to go see him, and while he was hanging out with his friend, went to go see him, And I remember telling him about that. I was like, damn, I was like, my own sister didn't call me. Nobody didn't call me for my birthday. Nobody didn't say nothing or whatever. And he was like, you don't need them. Or some shit he was saying. Like, I was like, easy for you to say, nigga, you close to your family. I'm not. Like, you know. But I'm just bringing that up because there was I think people got so used to my presence, they really feel like they could do whatever and they know that I'm always going to be there. And I feel like this year was the first time where I let people know that I don't have to be in your life. You do not have to be in my life. This is the first time where people feel like I'm obligated to them, that I've kind of flipped the script on them, and they didn't think that I could do it because like I said, I've been dancing this same dance for 15 years, a little over 15 years. And she used to jokingly say that, you still got to deal with me. You got to deal with me. And even though she said it in jest, I felt like that was real. That was how she really felt. Oh, you have to deal with me. And I used to be like, no, I don't have to deal with you. Yes, you do. You got to deal with me. Da, 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 da. Something like that. This is not something that you say, right, to people, you know? But people are so entitled to your energy. They refuse to treat you how you want to be treated, but they feel so entitled to your energy, to your support, to your advice. But even with all of that, and you guys have probably blessed these people years and years and years with your energy, your time, your advice, whatever, they still don't want to treat you right. They'll still resent you. They'll still be jealous of you, envious of you, try to sabotage you, break bridge with your enemies, relate to your enemies. They do all kinds of shit, have secret alliances behind your back, all kinds of stuff. And when you pull your energy back, they feel entitled. They really feel like you was never going to leave them. They feel like they can go through the same loop over again. I'm committed to misunderstanding you. I'm committed to quarreling and kicking up dust with you. You get mad at me for a month, we'll be back cool again. And then you keep going through the same cycle over and over. I ended that shit this year. And I'm very, very proud of myself that I did that. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud that I did it because I showed them, like, you don't have to be in my motherfucking life. It was to the point where motherfuckers was showing up to my door, motherfuckers trying to add me on social media, doing all kind of weird shit, random texts, mass texts, this, that, and the third, random. Just recently, I had random people watching my stories, and I'm like, oh, I already know who put you up to this. I know who put you up. I know who put you up to follow my story, because I'm not fucking with the bitch. And I made my stories open on my page, on my therapist page, on purpose, because I just wanted to prove. I know you want to click on that shit so bad. That little circle with my profile, that stories, bitch. I know you want to click on that shit, but you didn't want to, because it would leave a fingerprint, because it'll leave you. You know, you can see who watched your stories, right? So you get somebody else to do it. And then maybe they could send it over or screenshot it. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. So I was watching my stories the other day. Some kind of acquaintance to some female that I don't deal with no more. I already know who put that person up to it to watch my shit. Because my shit is open. Go ahead, click on it, baby. Because I know you want to. Because when you was on my social media before, you was making crossword puzzles out of my shit. You was making comic books, crossword puzzles, movies, reality TV shows out of the shit that I was fucking posting. You did shit. You even try to confront me on what I was saying, because you was so fucking triggered by the truth that I was spitting on my shit. You know, you was up there hate watching, so click on it. I did it on purpose. I left my page open on purpose because because motherfuckers that swear they not worried about me are the main ones that are worried about me. Because when they had access to my social medias, they was on my heavily with the drafts. They was on my. I'm telling you, when I blocked them from my stories, they didn't have nothing to feed off of. People was like, certain motherfuckers, I ain't gonna, watch my stories, whatever that I'm into, they force themselves to be into it. As soon as they get around me, they start bringing up stuff that I said in my story. If I post up a repost of some fashion or some kind of video or whatever, all of a sudden they into it too. All of a sudden they do it. So everything was a competition. They was watching me to compete with me, but they would hardly comment or like on anything, but they would literally just watch me just to see what I'm into, where I'm at, or whatever the case is. Like, yeah, whatever that I'm into at the moment or interested in at the moment, and they try to one up me or mimic me or in some kind of way, and it was just kind of ridiculous. Anyways, guys, I'm so sorry. I know I'm just ranting and just ranting and raving. But I just want you guys to let y'all know what's been going on or whatever. But anyways, I'm going to head out because I got to get up early. I have a breakfast delivery for one of my delivery jobs. I have a breakfast delivery, and I've been missing the notifications too. For some reason, it doesn't beep when an order comes in, and I've been missing them. So I got a breakfast run early in the morning. Luckily, everything is within 1 mile. So that's pretty much a steal considering how much I'm going to get paid for it. So that's an easy job. And yeah. And then I have to do with this drop off of this human tissue. So that's going to be good. I'm glad that I'm able to hold it overnight. That's even more money right there. I'm trying to make up as much money. I'm on my hustle thing right now, y'all. I'm trying to make as much money, do as much deliveries, a lot of readings, whatever. I'm trying to pump it out because when our birthday come, I want to be able to do something a little nice. I'm not trying to be over the top with it, but I just want to do something like nice for my birthday. Like it's Tuesday, y'all. I want to do something nice for my birthday, like either a mommy makeover or go to San Diego for an event or go to Catalina Island and spend the day or the night or the weekend there. Just something small. And I wanted to basically get like a mommy makeover, get like a massage, a facial, cavitation, wood therapy, laser lipo. Just do like something like that. Drink my little mimosa. And that's it. Very low maintenance. I'm not really fucking with nobody. I want to have a birthday where I'm peaceful. I want to be around people with good energy. If I can't trust the person to celebrate with me, then I will celebrate it by my goddamn self. And knowing me and my personality, my energy, and how spirit look after me, I know that wherever I go, I'll be protected, and I will also run across people that are nice, that are like me, and I might end up making some new friends or associates while I'm out there. So that's usually the case anyway. I always just find people, people will find you, you know what I'm saying? When you go out by yourself, you always end up meeting somebody that's cool and exchanging social medias and things like that. And it's a good place to network and enjoy. So that's what I'm going to do this year. So yeah, I hope you guys have been well. Don't worry, I'm going to probably pump out some readings soon for you guys. And maybe in a couple of days or so, just kind of like taking it easy. So just enjoy some of the videos that I have already posted. And I will catch y'all up in the next video, all right? Peace. Bye, y'all.
Bye, yo.